Securing your home network and Wi-Fi router from cyber threats. Introduction. Securing your home network and Wi-Fi router is essential for protecting your personal devices, data, and privacy from cyber threats. With the increasing prevalence of connected devices and remote work, securing your home network is more critical than ever. In this article, we'll discuss effective strategies for securing your home network and Wi-Fi router to mitigate cyber threats and enhance your digital security. Change default router settings. Begin by changing the default administrator username and password for your Wi-Fi router to prevent unauthorized access. Default credentials are widely known and exploited by attackers, making it easy for them to gain control of your router. Choose a strong and unique password that combines uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters to enhance security. Update router firmware regularly. Keep your Wi-Fi router's firmware up to date by regularly checking for and applying firmware updates provided by the manufacturer. Firmware updates often include security patches, bug fixes, and performance improvements that address known vulnerabilities and strengthen router security. Enable automatic firmware updates whenever possible to ensure that your router is always protected against the latest threats. Enable network encryption. Enable WPA2, Wi-Fi Protected Access 2, or WPA3 encryption on your Wi-Fi router to encrypt data transmitted over your wireless network. Encryption scrambles data packets, making them unreadable to unauthorized users who attempt to intercept or eavesdrop on network traffic. Use a strong encryption algorithm and passphrase to secure your Wi-Fi network and prevent unauthorized access. Change default network name, SSID. Change the default network name, SSID, of your Wi-Fi network to a unique and non-descriptive name that does not reveal personal information or router model. Avoid using identifiable information, such as your name or address, in the SSID. Renaming your Wi-Fi network makes it less visible to potential attackers and reduces the likelihood of targeted attacks. Use a strong Wi-Fi password. Create a strong and complex password for your Wi-Fi network to prevent unauthorized access by unauthorized users. Use a combination of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters to create a secure passphrase. Avoid using easily guessable passwords, such as dictionary words or common phrases, and change your Wi-Fi password regularly to maintain security. Disable WPS, Wi-Fi Protected Setup. Disable Wi-Fi Protected Setup, WPS, on your Wi-Fi router, as it can be exploited by attackers to bypass security measures and gain access to your network. WPS vulnerabilities allow attackers to brute force the WPS pin or exploit implementation flaws to compromise router security. Disable WPS functionality in your router settings to mitigate this risk. Implement guest network for visitors. Create a separate guest network on your Wi-Fi router to isolate guest devices from your main network and protect your personal devices and data. Guest networks provide internet access to visitors while restricting access to shared resources, such as printers, network drives, and IoT devices. Configure guest network settings, such as bandwidth limits and access durations, to ensure security and privacy. Enable firewall protection. Enable firewall protection on your Wi-Fi router to monitor and filter incoming and outgoing network traffic, blocking malicious connections and unauthorized access attempts. Routers often include built-in firewall functionality that can be configured to restrict traffic based on predefined rules and security policies. Enable firewall features such as SPI, Stateful Packet Inspection, and NAT, Network Address Translation, to enhance network security. Disable remote management. Disable remote management access to your Wi-Fi router to prevent remote attackers from exploiting vulnerabilities and gaining control of your router. Remote management features allow administrators to access router settings and configurations from outside the local network, but they also pose security risks if left enabled. Disable remote management or restrict access to specific IP addresses to reduce the attack surface. Regularly monitor network activity. Monitor network activity and device connections on your home network using router logs, network monitoring tools, or mobile apps provided by router manufacturers. Regularly review router logs for suspicious activities, unauthorized access attempts, or unfamiliar devices connected to your network. Be vigilant for signs of unusual behavior or network anomalies that may indicate a security breach. Conclusion: securing your home network and Wi-Fi router is essential for protecting your personal devices, data, and privacy from cyber threats. By following these strategies, including changing default router settings, updating firmware regularly, enabling network encryption, using strong Wi-Fi passwords, disabling WPS, implementing guest networks, enabling firewall protection, disabling remote management, and monitoring network activity, you can enhance your home network security and mitigate the risk of cyber attacks effectively. Remember to stay informed about emerging threats and best practices for securing your home network to maintain a safe and secure digital environment for you and your family.